Hola Mi Gente, and we're and what was it? Yo, what's happening today? It's the heat. I'm telling you. Like most people were playing with Play-Doh. Like we were playing with dough, making the tortillas, the
Yeah.
masa. They're making dinosaurs. We were making
We
tortillas.
make tortillas. Yes. Yeah.
Luchador over here.
No.
Oh.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Hola Mi Gente, and we're back on another episode of
Raices NYC. And on this episode, we have
Hi guys. So my name is Joana Sanchez. I am Mexican American. I was born and raised in Harlem, and I am the co-owner of TacoMix and owner of Iluminate Events.
much love to Harlem and much love to the tacos. Okay.
Yes, tacos are good. Taco Mix started 30 years ago in the heart of Harlem on 116 between 2nd and 3rd. My father started it out at a taco truck in Broadway and 145th, and then he soon got a location in Harlem. And 30 years later, we're still there. We're 24 hours. We have 3 locations currently: East Harlem, Brooklyn here in Industry City, and Bronx Terminal Market in the Bronx, which is like a block away from Yankee Stadium.
Oh,
2
I
blocks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Mhm.
what? The more you know. Congrats.
Thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
running a business isn't the easiest thing, right?
No.
And then also coming from an immigrant family, it's twice as much as hard work,
yeah.
right?
A lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears go into it. My father and my mom started it all, and they set the tone for our hustle.
Do you ever feel like your parents inspire you? Our parents come with nothing, and then seeing them what they create, like just thinking of a dream, a goal. Does that inspire you yourself? Like motivates you?
Oh yeah, for sure. I went to school for graphic design and interior design. And the reason why I got into that is because my father didn't have the funds to hire a contractor and get a plumber. He
Yeah.
had to learn on his own
Yeah.
with also asking people like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And just seeing him work daily, and with all that on top of doing tacos, like him being able to create and design on his own was just inspiring.
No, yeah. Man of many titles.
Exactly.
Definitely,
Yes. And when you're an entrepreneur, you wear many hats.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And my mom, she's very like the definition of una luchona. She has always raised and entitled in me that I, have to work hard, that I have to earn what I get, que siempre le eche ganas.
Oh,
So
yeah.
seeing her every morning haciendo las tortillas a mano, las quesadillas, atendiendo a los clientes, like it has just been very motivating to see how my mom interacts with
No.
people and how the people love her.
Well, you say that they wear many hats, figuring out how to do plumbing, how to, run the business, all of that. But also, they had to learn how to be a parent. They
Yeah.
had to watch out over you. They had to take care of you.
Yes.
That was a 24-hour thing. That was. Oh, we hit a moment.
Having that's an immigrant family, it's a hard life, but it's also very beautiful. And it comes with a lot of life lessons, a lot of struggle. But I think it just makes us a lot more stronger and
Right.
ready for the world.
My childhood was definitely interesting. It was fun. It's so funny you mention it because yesterday I was talking to one of our staff. She's our HR, and she was just saying like, you guys are, hustlers. You guys like are always on the move, always got something going
Yeah.
on. I was like thinking, I was like, huh. I didn't realize it until she said it, and because
No, yeah.
that's my normal. Growing up, we had to help my dad sell. I would be the cashier, my brother, cargando las cajas, haciendo las tortillas, grilling the meat. Like
Oh, wow.
that was our, the
Yeah.
whole family. Y mi papá siempre nos dijo, like, nosotros somos unidos. Nomás tienes un papá, una mamá, unos hermanos.
No, yeah.
Like, no vas a tener otra familia. O sea,
Yeah.
nosotros, we're it, No,
No,
so
yeah.
even when me and my brother would fight or argue, he would make us like sit down and like apologize to each other, even if it wasn't
Whoa.
sincere.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, because
Like, y'all hug each other, whisper.
we'll settle this tonight.
That didn't even
Yeah.
hurt.
Now I feel like when I do argue with my family, it's like, let me go apologize. Like, let me go make things right, because it comes a point in your life where you also get mature and you just like, bueno, es algo que no fue gran cosa, and so we learn to forgive fast,
Oh, yeah.
especially because we're family.
I used to help my mom cargar las aguas frescas. I used to peel the oranges, cut them. We used to sell flowers too. So I'm there with my dad, just like removing like the little those pinas.
Oh, de los nopales o de
No,
las
from the roses.
pitayas.
From the roses. Like
Oh,
from the
las
roses.
the thorns.
The thorns, yes, the
Mhm,
thorns.
mhm.
Espina.
But
Wait,
since
isn't
you
thorn?
said aguas
Yeah,
verdes,
it's
I was like,
espina.
oh, he's talking about fruit,
Nah. Oh yeah, he's a
vegetable.
fruit. I feel like that's why I'm short, because siempre estaba cargando cosas pesadas. That's what they tell me. Yo, it's true. Yo, y'all don't believe that? I was actually supposed to be like 5'8", 5'9". But
Mm.
I was carrying like big jugs and all of that. But yeah, I was learning how to.
God was like, no, he's gonna be too handsome. Let's
I
humble
think
him
so.
a little
I think
bit.
so. Yo, that's what I say. Yo, God humbled me. He like he added too much, like, oh man, too much charisma. Let me just add a little bit of like
Sprinkle
height.
of, hey, pocket size, you know.
Pocket size. I'm a little boo boo.
Sometimes they can't differentiate between the puppet and the man. It's the same.
It's the same. Me growing up, I learned, how hard it is to earn ends meet.
Mhm.
Usually most people were playing in the summer. I
Right.
was working with my mom and my dad. And when we get older, we appreciate these things, and we start
Mhm.
saying like, "Whoa, like it wasn't easy." Not everyone
No.
could have
Yeah.
these moments and these lessons just like us. I'm going a little funny here.
Mhm.
Like, most people were playing with Play-Doh. Like, we were playing with dough,
The
making the
masa,
tortillas, the
yeah.
masa. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were making
True, true,
dinosaurs. We were
true.
making
We were
tortillas.
making tortillas. Yes, very true.
Now, as you're an adult and you think about the things that you did as a kid, like, how do you see it now?
I'm grateful for my childhood and my upbringing. I know a lot of people struggle now today as an adult, like what work is. Maybe there were some children that were fortunate that their parents, had a good job and had a good figure going for them and they didn't have to work or anything like that. But they struggle today with a schedule or organizing themselves or time management. These things that were instilled in us and me and my siblings, it's just like it made us who we are today with how we lead, how we guide our people, our company, and it's definitely given us that tenacity to keep going, to keep thriving, and to not give up. And we know that things take time, you know.
Con tiempo.
Con
Con tiempo,
tiempo.
con tiempo.
Sponsored by Con Tiempo.
Yeah, I think when with struggle, you find the biggest lesson. You learn a lot through it. You learn to navigate everything, and you're better for the next lesson, right?
Exactly.
I think also you mentioned that you have Illuminate events,
Mhm.
right? So
Yes.
can you talk a little bit about what you do with
Yes,
that?
gladly. So I've been in the taco business all my life. Like I mentioned, I grew up with it, and then I have my own taqueria here in Brooklyn, to 2036th Street.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, make sure you come here.
Yeah,
Industry
yes,
City.
yes,
Get
in
your
Industry
taco.
City, and it's my family's, and I love it. This was my dad's vision. He didn't even when he opened it, he didn't think it was gonna be what it is today.
Mhm.
He just needed to survive. He needed to feed us. He needed to put food on the table, and that was his way of doing that. And then it grew into what it is today. And I just fell into it, just because it felt natural to do. But in the back of my mind, I always loved, um, gift giving people those experiences, giving people memories to hold on to. And in my family, yo soy la que coordino todo. O sea, cumpleaños, this place, that place, get it here at this time. I'll do the invitations, like for
Ah,
everybody, every invitation.
okay.
And I loved it. And I met this amazing person, Jorge, who is the event producer for Meetsley, and he's been a mentor, throughout my journey of, event producing. And it's just like I love it. I fell in love with the hustle of creating events and making sure everyone is having a good time. Here in Industry City, it's more, blanquitos, asiáticos. There's not a strong, Hispanic Latino community. So the
Mhm.
fact that I brought it here first, because we were the first to do Cinco de Mayo,
Wow.
was amazing. And
Yeah.
even Industry City was so happy about it. And they were like, can we please have some pictures? Can we, promote it on our venue
Yeah.
pages? So it's been good.
Quiero más. Quiero más.
When I presented the Lucha Libre event, which is coming up in August, they were
August
like
what?
August 24th from 1 to
August
10 p.m.
24th, so make sure to get your tickets now.
Well,
They're going by quick.
yes,
Get them right now. You never know.
yes,
And we
yes.
might be a week before the event, so make sure you get your last chance to go
Yes.
get your tickets.
But when I presented that idea to them, they were thrilled about it. They loved it, and they've
Mhm.
never had like an event like this here. So I feel like it's the doors are being open to the Hispanic community for sure.
Yeah, I think Industry City is obviously very gentrified. and it is just what it is. Sunset Park, it is located in Sunset Park, and Sunset Park is a very diverse community. A lot of Latinos as well, a lot of Mexicanos, Guatemalans, Puerto
Yeah.
Ricans,
Dominicans. There's
Asiaticos,
a good place up there in Fifth. You smell the
Rico
chicken.
Pollo.
Yeah, I think that's the one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to me because it's like you go like one avenue up and you're already in like Chinatown or 8th Avenue. That's
Yeah.
insane to me,
And
like how it
then-
switches up so fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, yeah. It's very diverse around here. And you know the community isn't as united with Industry City. You know, the other day I actually brought my friend over to get a little treat at Japanese Village, and she lives 2 blocks away, and she was like,
I never
"What? Like,
knew.
I never knew this was here."
Really?
And so
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest, like the community is not still there. But I think little by little, and especially with the event that you're doing, it's bringing
growing.
that culture together, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm really glad that you're creating that safe space more than anything, right?
Mhm.
Because you go to different events, it could get very rowdy, and I think with the event that you're having, it's just going to be great. It's going to create a family friendly environment for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah,
right?
that's what Iluminate represents. Family oriented, safe. Mostly it's just for everyone to have a sane and safe space to have fun and create memories with your children and your wife or your husband or your daughter. Even I had someone in Cinco de Mayo come with a dog. So if you want to make memories with your dog here too, that's
Bring
fine.
fetal lice. Don't worry. Put fetal lice in a
Right,
mask. Put them in a
right.
match.
Exactly. We aim to make festivals different because a veces también se pone pesadito los festivales where they get too, too drunk and it's not safe for their kids and los papás no se sienten bien llevando sus hijos ahí. So we focus on, making sure that it's safe, people are having fun, sanamente y que se la disfruten más que nada.
And what type of vendors and performances are you guys going to have?
So for this event, we're going to have an 80s rock tribute music in Spanish and English. We try to make it different, invited to all people to enjoy the Mexican culture of la lucha. Because hay americanos que sí le gusta la lucha y también los hispanos.
It's coming
So
very
that's like the
popular.
melting pot. Exactly.
We're gonna see some matches. We're gonna see
Oh, yeah.
the luchador. Oh, right here.
Oh, yeah.
I might
for
get in the
sure.
ring. They're gonna,
Yeah,
throw
go
me
for it.
out.
You're
You're
gonna-
hear me.
They're going to go like this with the little finger, like the basketball.
You're gonna see me flying. Like, ah.
Que
Yeah.
bonito who?
And for your vendor question, we're having all Mexican or Hispanic owned vendors, and we're always looking for new ones. Anybody who has like shirts or food or any type of cuisine, please feel free to submit an application and like shoot your shot. We're always open to supporting local businesses as well, getting that name out there, especially with Industry City being already a big branded community. Like it's a very touristic area, so it's really good exposure. Just alone in Cinco de Mayo festival, we had more than 800 people come, and then we do analytical reports, and then I always make sure I get the feedback from the vendors, making sure that they're happy and they felt heard and they felt like it was beneficial for them. And I've gotten some really positive feedbacks like, oh, I would do it again, I loved it, and they told me what their most popular item was and what to improve for the next one.
I'm glad that you have that line of communication open with your vendors, with anybody who works with you, because we
for
always
sure.
say communication is key. You want to get that feedback to them and for you as well. I think you've done that very well.
Yeah, I try to, like I said, because my parents, they brought us up as vendors, so we know what that is. And it was heavy equipment, heavy food. We would have to work long hours, and I understand these people struggle firsthand. So hay gente que pues sí they take advantage of them, especially big branded event producers, and they just say like, oh, they charge me this much for this spot, and it's just like, I feel like this is un abuso, yeah. So I definitely try to communicate with them a lot. Like, is there anything that you need? Is this okay? Do you need anything else? Like, I need this, So far, so good with the vendors. They're amazing people.
Yeah.
But aside from everything, you are a woman of many talents. You have your taco shop, you do events, you're a mom, and you're also in school, right? Do you want to talk a little bit of everything that you do? Like, how do you even manage the time?
Yes, I've gotten this question so many times, more than you think.
Yeah.
I have a media team, and shout out to FMP Creations. They're amazing. She's Francie. She's Colombian. She came all the way from Colombia, and she started her own business. She's amazing. She did my Cinco de Mayo videos. And she also asked me that. She's like, "How do you do it?" She's like, "I've throughout all the meetings that we've had, like, what do you do?" And I answered her this one simple thing, and I said, scheduling, because it's like if I don't have a set schedule, I won't be able to do my stuff. Like Mondays, lo dedico a la escuela. O sea, me pongo a estudiar. O sea, I don't do anything else que no sea schoolwork. Or and if I do other things, it's because I did finish schoolwork, you know? And like Wednesdays and Thursdays, like se lo dedico a la taquería, you know, things like that. Like come do, you know, check on my people, making sure they're okay. Clients are being, you know, served well with the best customer service.
Ya llegó la jefa.
Ya llegó la jefa, ponte seria. Oh yeah, I've kind of I've trained my cashiers, and sometimes I'm just like standing over them, you know, just to make sure that you know they're doing what they're supposed to do. They have told me like, es que me pones nerviosa cuando estás aquí, and then it's because I'm literally like a foot away.
She's like,
so yeah, I think that was $100 bill, not a 20. Yeah, no, but it's you know they're awesome. My employees, the staff are awesome, but I dedicate those times to that, and then obviously at a certain time I try to like clock off because I am a mom to a 1-year-old, the cutest little boy, and he is my reason, my sunshine, my motivation. You know, he is the one that pushed me to do Iluminate. You know, he inspired me for sure to be my best self. I like to give him quality time afternoons, and then like weekends and Sundays is like for my son. Like, okay, unless I really have to work or have a meeting or something like that. Pero usualmente siempre ando, tú sabes, con él. Y en like Sundays church. Oh, you add that effect.
No.
No, yes, I do go to church on Sundays. So.
Yeah. Wow, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's always good to be thankful, you know,
Yeah.
for everything we do. Sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, that's where we get to distress. And
Yeah, I went on a trip. I met an amazing friend. His name is Alejandro, who just guided me through the whole process of like what it is church and Bible studying. We even had a growth group, which is like when you meet up once a week and you know talk about the Bible and things like that. It was in Long Island, so I would drive, yeah, far. Yeah. I just loved it so much, and honestly, I wouldn't be here today, not let alone aside from my family and my son, who are my biggest motivators. But definitely, God played a really strong role in my life. Like just being able to just like give my life to Jesus and just you know dedicarle ese amor y empeño en todo lo que hago es mi razón. Like without him, I am nothing. You know, so definitely my strength is not my own.
I was crying.
My strength is not my own. It's definitely God given, and He's the one that impulsed me to push forward.
And I think also shout out to mom and dad, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they're a huge help as well.
Yeah.
You mentioned they help you with your child. You know,
Oh yeah, it
and-
takes a village. It takes
Yeah.
a village to raise a son, a baby.
Yeah.
And we help each other out. Even when I'm like at home and I have to work from home and I have my son, I have my sister-in-law. Sometimes she has to do her own things, and she's like, "Can you take care of him?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." Or the boys, like, I have about to be a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old nephew. So I love them. They're amazing. So we help each other out. That's what our father and mom instilled in us.
And he also mentioned that, you know, you've been on a health journey, and I think Julio can always, you know, relate to that.
Yes.
Yeah, I yeah, but also, you know, I've been on my health journey. Not only do you want your mindset to be healthy, also but your body too. You know, what you eat and all of that. I used to weigh actually almost 250 pounds. So I was very depressed, and that played a role in it too. I went down. I think my lowest was 150. Then I went up. Then I went down. It just fluctuated. Well, I did my 100 days of sweat. I'm doing another one right now. And it's just like, you know, just keeping it keeps you up. It keeps you like, you know, it's a way to just distress yourself.
Yeah. My healing journey, I feel like it's nonstop. Like you'll never stop healing, you know? It's something that you constantly have to work on. Like I used to weigh like 230 pounds, and I lost a lot of weight since then. And I did it mostly, obviously, because you said like health reasons. I want to live longer. I want to last walking and running. And especially for my son, because
No, yeah.
he deserves the best. He deserves
No,
to
yeah.
have a prime example. Once my health changed, a lot of things not only physically changed, but like my mental was amazing. I also suffered from depression and anxiety, and obviously when I was overweight. But once I started doing this healing journey physically, I just started, feeling better. I started feeling like less sluggish. I just started moving more. It was just amazing. And I just, it's that and like therapy, and
Yeah.
God and church. So a lot of things in this healing process, like bits and pieces that are made me who I am today. God is important, and He's a very active person in my life. But sometimes you need someone to talk to you,
No, yeah.
walk through your feelings.
No, yeah.
My psychologist, I was like, Katie, this, but she's like, but why do you do that? But this, and she's like, wait, hold up, this is what you're going through. So she would like make me stop and reflect and be
Yeah.
like, okay, espérate. Yeah, so it was good to hear from someone professional, like, no, mira, this is why you feel like this, and she would get to the root of the cause. It would help,
Yeah.
to that healing.
Thank you for sharing
Balance,
that.
yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna enter. We're gonna, that was like you told me to. It was a lot. So now we're gonna go to our segment of from one of our sponsors, Yo Sabo, the game. Let's see. Let's test your Spanish and your.
This is the new edition of their game, actually. So thank you for sending us this package, and we'll be playing with Joanna.
How confident are you in your Spanish?
I think out of 10, I'll give it like a solid 8.5 to 9.
I thought so too. I thought so too.
But I went to college in Buffalo,
Yeah.
and I spoke no Spanish, and I was there for like 2 years. So when I came back, I struggled a bit,
yeah.
But it wasn't until I started working in the taqueria again that it's like I got the flow back. But yeah, you could definitely lose it if you don't practice it or speak it.
Okay. ¿Cómo se dice download?
Descargar.
Okay. Miss 8 out of 5. What do you say? 8.5.
8.59.
¿Cómo se dice dragonfly?
Ooh, that one's hard. Dragón que flaya. Dragón que flaya.
Libélula.
No, I didn't know that one. So what do you rate your Spanish from 1 to 10?
5 out of 10.
5? Confidently said 5. ¿Cómo se dice lavender? That's easy.
Lavender.
Lavanda.
Lavanda?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I got that wrong. Yeah.
No.
Lavanda.
Lavanda.
¿Cómo se dice chamaco? Chamuco.
¿Cómo se dice retirement?
Oh, yeah.
Retiramiento. Hold up, retirement. Hold up.
We have to put the crickets sound effect.
Retiramiento. Cuando me retire.
Jubilación.
What? That sounds so bad.
No.
¿Ya te jubilaron?
¿Cómo se dice highlighter?
We're done here.
Oh my God. You weren't kidding, huh? That 5 was solid.
I was solid. Oh. This one nice.
I don't even know that one.
¿Cómo se dice hedgehog?
El Sonic.
Sonic.
It's not wrong. Sonic.
Ooh, it does start with that.
With the
that
Hispanic accent.
letter. Yeah. Erizo.
Yeah, I didn't know that one either.
Yeah, that's
that
weird.
That one's hard.
Let me see. This one you should know. Stutter.
Tartamuda.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Spot
Okay,
on.
Miss 6 out of 10.
Tartamuda.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I'm still 5 out of 10. It's okay.
Thank you to Yo Sabo the game.
Thank you, guys. That was fun. I should buy that. I'm going to definitely buy it. That's
You've been
fun.
influenced.
Yes.
You can play with all your
It
friends
worked.
and family.
Mm-hmm.
Test their Spanish.
So, do you have a scary, spooky story time that you've encountered, or even a paranormal activity that you've experienced?
Like, have you seen like La Llorona, Chucky, El Chamuco?
No.
You've never seen a ghost or anything like that?
No.
No, nothing.
No.
What
no.
about your parents or anything that they would tell you like as kids?
My dad said he would like sometimes feel when when you fall asleep and you feel like yourself
Ooh,
coming
yeah.
out, and he'll see himself fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll say he'll experience things like that. I can tell you a funny story that I did to my mom though.
All
It has
right.
to do with chancla and the Vaporu. It's one of those things that you laugh about at a dinner table. So I was like, I don't know, like 6 years old, and I was watching Home Alone. But like it was like the third one, like the guy had the little boy had like the mushroom haircut.
Home Alone.
Yeah, that's what I said. What did I say?
That's what she said.
I said Home Alone.
Home Alone. Oh.
Or should I say Home Alone? So, no sé, como me entró unas ganas de hacer una travesura, because you know, esa película es de pura travesuras. So my mom was sleeping in the next room. I was like, I'm gonna pull a prank on my mom.
Yeah.
So I go and her chanclas were next to, you know, the bed, and she was sleeping. So I grabbed like a whole thick layer of Vaporu and I layered it right on top of the chancla. I totally forgot about it because she like kept sleeping. I don't know how patient I was that day. I don't even know.
She was waiting so long.
Yeah, I was like, I fell asleep. Yeah, and so she was like, ¿Quién hijo de la beep le echó Vaporu a mis chanclas? And I was like, fuiste tú, ¿verdad? And I was like, no fui yo. And then she blamed my brother. My brother was like, no, mommy, I promise it wasn't me. And she called my dad. So later on in the years, she told me that she was like in the middle of the fight with my dad, like a disagreement or something. And ella dijo que le llamó diciéndole que, como no pudiste como terminar el argument, or you wanted to have the last, say, you put Vaporu. So she blamed my dad. Oh. And my dad's like, are you crazy? He's like, yo no hice nada. And then day 2 goes on, and she's trying to figure out who the heck put Vaporu. And mind you, it was just me and my brother, and my dad. Like, the suspect list is short. Yeah. So then she's like telling my brother, she's like, fuiste tú, ¿verdad? Fuiste tú, ya dime la verdad. And my brother was like, no, mami, no, it wasn't me. And yo no sé por qué, at that moment, yo ya no me podía contener la risa. And I was like, cuá. She's like, hija de tu madre, fuiste tú, ¿verdad? So she was just like, yeah, it was hilarious. Years later, we talk about it. It's just like an iconic story now.
And then your son is gonna do something in the future.
Yeah. And she literally said, she's like, ahora tu hijo te va a desquitar de todas las maldades que me has hecho.
That's crazy. Imagine being bored and like, yo, let me just mess with my mom.
Have you guys never did a prank to your parents?
I think we were too scared.
Yeah, nah.
No, you would never dare.
We were like this.
Yeah.
But you handle a lot of stuff. You're an entrepreneur, small business, you're a mom, you're a student. Some advice that you can tell somebody out there who's just stuck in a hard place, what would you tell them?
I think what really got me out of my slump was putting it in God's hands. If you pray about it and God has placed something in your heart, He will definitely bless the way and the journey. I started doing event producing, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And once I started, embracing it and taking initiative in it, I just started knocking on doors. And this is so different from, the taco business. So I would say to someone who's feeling stuck, find what motivates you, find what makes you passionate, and execute it. And it doesn't matter what people think or say or do, because at the end of the day, you're living your life. And at the end of the day, everyone else is human. Just do what you got to do for you, and if God placed it in your heart, fall through with it, because it will come. And for all the moms out there who have babies and who, are struggling to balance it, just know that it takes a village to raise a baby. So find people that will support you, who will advocate for you. Find people that will give you that push, to follow your dreams.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you again for your advice and all of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely know that you're inspiring some of the viewers there, and I'm pretty sure there's someone that needed to hear that.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
It's happy that they're like, oh, she's doing the same thing as me, like, or I'm not alone.
Yeah, for sure. And feel free to DM me and Iluminate Events if you guys are, ever curious about anything.
And again, don't forget, get your ticket for
Super Lucha, August 24th, 1 to 10 p.m.
And on that note,
we're done. Bye. Thank you.
That was good.